Hey friends, Allie from Allie's Crafts here today, and you guys know how much I love my little web source pages, traveler's notebook, like the mini ones, the passport size. Love, love, love these. Love the fake leather, love how stiff they are. But I am always switching things out for different projects and different planners and I just love to have like multiple ones of these so I can grab and go for different projects. So instead of buying a ton of these, I wanted to make some that were specifically themed to what I wanted to do. So this is the same size as the passport, and then it's made with pattern paper that I laminated and strung, and just I'm really excited to kind of start decorating this and really dig into it. So the one that I made can hold 4 different notebooks, and then I'm also going to be adding different things to the sides, but I wanted to show you how you could make one of these on your own. So let's get started. So to start, you'll need some of the templates that I have, and I'll link them in the shop, and the tutorial that I have for how to use these digitally. There is an option where you can just print like the outline of this and then use your own pattern paper, which I think would be a really fun idea too. But I did do all these digitally. And I had, this is one of my favorites. These are all using the Bella Boulevard digital collections, which are so much fun. I'm so glad they have them in digital form. But, so what I did was I printed them on cardstock, and I printed them double-sided so that you have some options when you're assembling the book or the cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim all of these out. And I'm going to kind of pay attention to, I'm going to trim this out on these white lines as well, but kind of pay attention to how much space is in between, because that's what I want to kind of keep there when I laminate these. So I'm going to trim these out, laminate them, and then we'll kind of assemble more of the fold and the strings. So in addition to the printables, the laminator, I also like to have a couple different sizes of elastic cord, and I picked all of these up at either Joann Fabrics or Hobby Lobby, and so they have a bunch of them. So I like to use the thinner ones for like the inside bits where they hold the books, and then the thicker ones for the outside that kind of hold it all together. So this is the thicker one, these are the thinner ones. I got a bunch of different colors, so no matter what book I choose to make, I will have something that matches. So all of these thick and thin elastic cords. And then as far as tools, I'm going to have my Crop-A-Dile for some hole punches, especially at the top. And then I have this Martha Stewart awl that is just amazing, and it helps me punch the little middle hole that you can't quite get to when you have it all laminated. And that kind of holds it all together. So this is awesome. This is probably like less than $10, but I've used this a lot. And then you guys know how much I love my Crop-A-Dile. And then if you really want to, you can use eyelets and use the eyelet puncher here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might do it because it'll help reinforce the paper, but that is not necessary. And then of course scissors or a paper trimmer. So I'm going to put you on fast forward while I trim things out, laminate them, and I'll come back and show you how I'm kind of putting them all together. So after this went through the lamination, I trimmed it all the way around, but I made sure to leave the lamination in between the 3 pieces, and so the lamination kind of acts as a hinge. And so if you didn't have a laminating machine but you wanted kind of that shiny look and you wanted to make sure you had that hinge, you could cover the whole thing in like contact paper and do the same thing. You could also just leave it as regular cardstock and just use, I would use something a little bit stronger than washi, maybe like packing tape or something like that, and create those hinges there. Now, I did have a little bit of a bubble in my lamination, but that is totally okay. I'm probably going to put like a clear pocket or something there so you won't even notice it, especially when you have all the books in. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start punching the holes and then string my strings. And so just looking at my example here, I have 3 holes at the top, 3 smaller holes at the bottom, and then a larger hole right here for the elastic. So I'm going to be using my crocodile for the smaller holes at the top, and they're still not going to be as small as this one, but it'll work. And then for the center hole, I'll use the awl because my crocodile doesn't get that far in the middle. So I'm going to speed this up as I punch those holes, and then I will come back and kind of show you how they come together. Okay, now that I have the holes punched, I'm going to string using this teal because it matches these hearts on the inside, and I love it. And I cut 4.5 times the length here. So, like, I took the elastic, measured it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half. And then this is the part where it gets tricky, and I'm really bad at explaining how to do it. So I'm also going to put the video that I use to help me kind of like figure out how to do it up here, and it's from Chic Sparrow, and so it's a really, really good video. But I'm going to speed up how I do this because I'm going to make 27 mistakes, and yeah, it's not going to be pretty, but it's very easy when you actually like see how to do it. So I'm going to do the inside strings for holding the notebooks. Okay, next I used the thicker elastic cord, and I measured 1.5 times the width of this, and then this is going to go around it this way. So how to do this, a little bit easier than stringing the ones where you hold it. And I've seen things online where you burn the ends, it frays less. So if that's something that you don't like, I would go ahead and do that, but I don't really mind. So I'm going to tie the knot right here. And of course you can make this tighter, looser, whatever you like. I think that my book is going to get pretty chunky, so I'm going to do it a little bit looser. Okay, so once you have the loop with the tie, just string this loop through. So this tie acts as the stopper. String it through the middle. The knot acts as the stopper for that. And then you loop it around. Again, this is pretty loose, so I might tighten it a little bit, but I also, like I said, intend for this to get pretty thick, so I might not make any drastic decisions right now. But that's kind of how it looks when it's not filled with notebooks. And I think this would just be super fun, especially if you can't find or get the leather ones. Like I said, I like these from Webster's Pages, but these are also super easy to make for a specific project. Like I'm probably going to make a Christmas themed one for my December daily. So much fun. So just to finish up, I thought I'd show you kind of how I decorated this a little bit. Again, it functions very similar in the way that my faux leather one from Webster's Pages functions. I have it decorated in a very similar way. A little bit of a planner society charm. I think that's where this is from. Just a closure, and then on the inside I have a couple pockets. So these are clear vinyl pockets. This one is from an older Planner Society kit, and I believe she has some in her shop as well, but you can just buy just the clear pockets of some really cool decorated ones. These are just little vinyl page protectors that I use kind of as dividers, and I can slip some things in here, and it kind of divides what some of my books are all about. I've got some really cool, these are Elise Joy or Get to Workbook ones. These are really fun. This is just grid paper, but then these actually have project breakdowns as well as grid paper. So project breakdowns are really fun. And then in this one, it's just a clear pocket from, this is Target around the back to school time. And then I just have some prayer request cards in there. So this is kind of how I'm going to be decorating it. You can see that it has, the 4 elastics and then the closure elastic. And I'm super excited to throw this in my purse and have a specific one for each specific project. So if you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe. And I can't wait to see what you do with this template. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.